Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this weird series on D&D that I'm currently doing. I, for you, as you may have guessed by the title, am showing you how to play D&D online for free. Now, I was inspired to make this video from XP to Level 3's video on how they play D&D online. And in that, they said that the minimum it would cost is $54 once and $31 a month. I know for some people, that's a heckin' lot of money. And they don't, especially like if you're younger, if you don't have a job or you're just struggling with money, that could be a lot. So I went out there and I tried to figure out how you could do it, play D&D online for free. And this is what I've come up with, and this is what I'm going to share with you today. First things first, what you're going to need to have is someone with a PC. Now, as long as the DM has a PC, you're good. You can do this. I've not tried it without, but I'm not sure if you could do this if the DM didn't have a PC. But assuming that the DM does, then what you're going to need to do is set up a Discord server, like this one that I have here. It's brand new. Fresh, there's no one else in it, and there's a few things that we're going to do to this server. First and foremost, there are two bots that we are going to be adding into this Discord to make it easier for ourselves. The first of those being Avray, a Discord bot that will help you roll dice, deal damage, it'll keep track of character sheets, and it's intertwined. They are partnered with D&D Beyond, which is a way for you to make characters for free online. I'm just going to quickly run over sort of that now, but say this Avray, we're going to invite Avray into our Discord server. You can invite Avray into your server. Hey, I want you to come to English server, continue, you can do all this stuff, authorize it, and suddenly, there we go. Avray is now in this server. Now what Avray allows you to do is, say if I was doing a skill check and I just wanted to roll a d20. Roll 1, d20. And Avray is going to... Of course it's a nat 1. But Avray is going to do that for me. Now if I had a character set up, which I'll do in just a second, you could instead tell Avray to instead do a skill check for you. So you could ask Avray to say, hey, roll me a skill check for my character, and it will do that. But the second thing that we're going to add in, because what is D&D without that sort of backing track, that background music? Rhythm is a bot that you can have in your server that will allow you to play music to everyone in the server at the same time, so you can hear what everyone else is listening to. So I'm just going to find the add rhythm to the Discord server. So now we have rhythm in here as well. Say if we found a more generic music that we had, we can just exclamation point, play, add. Oh wait, you need to be in a Discord and then... There we go. So have the space there. But now, this little rhythm bot will play music, and if anyone else was to join in, they would be able to hear this music along at the same time. Now I'm going to get Avray to leave so I can carry on speaking. So we've got a way to roll dice and sort out character stats and skill checks. We have a way to play music to everyone. Now, what about some sort of representation for you and your characters in the game? Well, that's where this next website comes in. This next website is called Map or MipUI. MipUI is a way for you to create D&D maps for your players to see. So if you wanted to, say, have a room that was, say, this big, and then a little chamber coming off of it, another chamber coming down, a slightly larger room, and then another chamber, and then a long room, we can do that. There we go. We have a map created in a matter of seconds. If there is a specific, layout and size that you wanted your map to be, you can still do that. You're going to need to be a bit more careful, but you can still do it. And if you wanted to make a round room, you can still make little round rooms. Yeah, you can't make round rooms. It was just being a little strange. So you got round rooms there. But what about player characters? Well, if we go down this little tokens icon up here, you'll see a little drop-down menu, and then we can just find, say, a polar bear, and use this as the the enemy. But what about player characters? Well, they can go through, they can probably find this website as well and find a sort of representation. You can work with them beforehand, and suddenly, there you go, there's a poor wizard. Your knight, then you have another wizard. But you have ways of sort of identifying them, and you can change the color depending on sort of if you have multiple of the same class or multiple of the same enemy. So you have this now set up ready for your characters. How do you get it across to them? How do they then figure out what's going on without you just describing what's going on? Well, that's where we go back to Discord, because Discord allows us to effectively stream in our own Discord. So there's no sort of setup required. I can just press this Go Live button, select the Map UI tab from Google, and suddenly I am streaming and the players can join in here. They can watch it even if they're on a phone, and then input the roles and the requests and things, so they can be talking over Discord, making roles over Discord, and through the Discord stream watch what it is that you have set up for them. So here you can see that, and if I was to go back to this, I can move around these tokens. When I'm not on the tokens, I can select the bear. Using this here, I can move it around, and the players will see this being updated on the stream. And through your descriptions and through, you can, if you want to chat, you can just come up here, say, roll, attack, and then it's going to say, I already have a character connected on this. So there we go, we have attacks that we can do. So I can then go, exclamation point, attack, dagger, and then it'll roll for a character that I used on this bot somewhere else. So it'll see that, hey, I rolled a 7 on the 1d20, I get to add 5 for my modifiers, and I rolled damage, and I got 7 damage. There we go. All done there for you, ready to go. But this is because of Avray. How do we get Avray now connected? Well, we go to D&D Beyond. This is a blank account that has none of the source books, none of the resources. This is literally a brand new account with nothing on it. And I can go here, my characters. I can have up to 6 characters. I can create one, and if I just wanted to quick build a character, I can say I wanted a half-elf named Steve, who is a bard. Go. I now have a half-elf named Steve, who is a bard. That took 5 seconds. Now what it's going to do is sort itself out and sort of create what it thinks is an appropriate character build. Generally, it does pretty well. It puts proficiencies in things that you might need, so you can edit them if you want to dive in that way. And then you have your spells listed here. You have all of your equipment listed here, your features and your traits, your descriptions. Say if you wanted to see what was a racial feature, you can check that out here. A description of your character. You don't have any. This is all for you to fill in after the fact. But that took me 5 seconds, and boom, I have a character ready to go. Obviously, if you want to spend more time, you can, and I will go through in detail in a separate video on how to make a character on D&D Beyond and on paper. But I then take this link, I then go to Discord, I then type !Beyond, space, that link, and now that character is loaded. If I then wanted to do !Cast, what spells does he have? Detect Magic. I can then cast Detect Magic, and then it shows you how many spell slots you've used, how many spell slots you have left. It also gives you the effect of the spell, so that everyone else can see it. So effectively, we have a way for you to manage your character, a way for you to show everyone what's going on with a free map resource, with you being able to stream it to everyone else, only one person requires a PC. Everyone else can do this from their phone or tablet. I've done it before. It's a little bit slower because they have to, instead of having a keyboard, they have to type it on a phone, which isn't as fast, but it can still be done. And you're all playing D&D online for free. It's not the quickest experience, and I'm sure if you paid for other services, it would be quicker and more convenient in several different ways. But as far as a free way to play D&D online goes, this is pretty good. Anyway, those are my thoughts on playing D&D online for free. If you enjoyed this video and you managed to get some use out of it, don't forget to give this video a like. Consider subscribing if you want to see more content just like this. And until next time, did you know I'm English? Cheerio.